Hey Libra, what's going on? So as soon as I started doing this pre-shuffle and focusing in on your energy, right outside the window that's across from me, there was a squirrel on the fence just looking in. So I think that's where your thumbnail's going to come from, because I snapped a picture of that guy. He's so funny. He like posed for me to take the picture and then took off. So let's get into your reading, Libra, for October 2019, please. For love and money. For Libra, please. 9-card spread. Jumpers. For Libra, please. For October 2019. For love and money. What messages do you have for Libra, Spirit? Oh, excuse me. The Death card upright, the 5 of Wands upright, the King of Cups upright, the 5 of Cups in reverse so far. Now we have the Hangman upright. Eight of Pentacles in reverse, 2 of Cups in reverse. So we're entering your season, Libra, very soon. And a lot of us are thinking, thank goodness for it. 3 of Pentacles in reverse at the bottom of the deck with the 7 of Swords in reverse and the 10 of Swords in reverse. Alright. What do we have here? 7 of Cups upright and the Magician in reverse. Okay. So what I see here, Libra, is the ending of a cycle. It looks like ego, or kind of what I call the false self, the ego, is in the way of some balanced, genuine expression of how you feel. There's some emotional pain and turmoil that you're not willing to leave behind yet. You're so mired in your pain that you're I think overlooking possibility in the situation. It's almost, it has this, it feels like this energy of forcing something out of ego and out of, I think, a false sense of feeling like something was destined to be. Or for Libra, please, for clarifiers, it's going to be jumpers. Yeah, I split the deck. This is probably 2 6s, so probably some kind of past relationship issue, a love affair from long ago, some situation from the past is what I'm seeing. I'm not getting, I would be cautious with finances. This is a financial spread, is not that great, and I would be weary of partnering with a water sign or an air sign. Any kind of contracts, partnerships, if you needed to pick a contractor for something, I would definitely be careful with my money if they are a water energy. Yeah, you're waiting on a change in something. A cycle is over with death upright. You're moving into new, but there's something in your ego and your emotions. It's like presenting you from portraying the truth. It's like the truth is darker than the things that you've said. There may have been romantic exchanges or kind of a flowery picture painted to somebody else involved in the situation, but the truth is much different in a way. And it's like you're afraid to really, really speak your truth in a way that would let you let go of this. And I definitely think it's involving a partnership with this Two of Cups in reverse, or you have been under kind of a delusion that a partnership is more than what it is, or maybe I'm getting the idea that you thought you could make more out of it. I think you thought you could change somebody, a partner. Yeah, the Chariot in reverse and the Empress in reverse. So the situation that you're dealing with is not going to progress. I should say that you were dealing with, because it doesn't look to me like there's any forward movement. There's not communication here. There's not working toward a common cause. There's not mastery. There's not resolution too. Seems like it's really, really hanging in the air. You could potentially be dealing with a Pisces, a Scorpio, a water sign male for, you know, men, women, dealing with men. Possibly an Aries, and if it's an Aries, they are not a good character, because we do have Aries and Taurus present here, as well as here, Aries. Maybe a Cancer. Yeah, I see a big disappointment over a lack of a reunion, a lack of communication. That's the overall energy of the reading, is this Three of Pentacles reversed. It just seems like ego making somebody force a situation is what this spread basically is. It's like yeah, 9 of Swords upright. So the situation's caused you, you know, massive anguish, and you are left feeling like there's, you know, no way that you can make this what you wanted, or what anybody in the situation wanted. Can I get some more insight as to why this situation went this way? I think I'm going to pull a whole second spread for you guys to elaborate on the guidance. This is a very storyline spread here of what had happened. And I mean, if we're going to look at it, you know, past, present, future. In the present, you're trying to figure out a way to overcome conflicting egos, petty battles, squabbles, that kind of thing. You're really trying to give this time and thought and sincerely figure out a way to make it work. But you're kind of experiencing option paralysis too, of like, do I stay, do I go, do I approach it this way, do I approach it that way, do I go the legal route, do I go the, you know, try to talk it out on our own route, like something along that lines. You guys may not necessarily be entertaining legal options, but I'm just saying, as far as many options, or maybe, you know, there's other people kind of coming in wanting to date you already, and you haven't resolved your past situation yet. Yeah, rejoice and celebration in reverse, and spiritual strength upright with hope. So and transformation. So, oh, another one wanted to go. Material harvest. So, let me see here. Yeah, you're definitely disappointed that you aren't able to make amends or reunite with somebody, or really, I see also with all these pentacles in reverse and the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, like a material harvest coming out, that you're disappointed that you can't physically make more of the situation. You wanted to physically build with this person, or, you know, have a life together. And what you're going through right now with transformation, spiritual strength, hope, this Nine of Swords upright coming out, this is some kind of a karmic lesson, and you're going to need to have strength and persevere through. Let's get some advice. I'm going to leave these out. Let's get some advice. I know the situation that you're dealing with right now is just painful. And I think in the end, since we're moving toward the advice portion of the reading, it's going to show you have a lot more strength than you knew, than you were aware of. I recall for you guys that these readings seem to be showing the same ending of a situation. If this isn't your story, I suggest, you know, check your sun, moon, rising. You might get your message there, especially moon signs for love. If you're looking for, you know, a reading more about an ongoing or a new love situation, you might want to check that. But for those of you that are going through this, my condolences. It's going to be tough. It's going to test you. And here we go again. It's going to test you, like, to your core, like to your spirit. And it's on purpose, and it was originally like this. It's to free you from something that is toxic. You're having to let go of something that you are reluctant to, that you think that you can continue to. If you just keep trying, or you just keep pushing, you had thought for the longest time that you could turn it into something that it isn't. Okay. And it started to become an obsession and have a hold on you, and it's caused you so much pain and anguish. It's really, really time to, like, spiritually let it go. Like, you might not physically be in the situation anymore, but I'm seeing an energy where spiritually it's time to let it go. So there's not going to be reunion, reconciliation. Like, they've disappointed you of late recently with the lack of union, basically. Like, I think that you feel like if you got a hold of them, that you would be able to kind of talk them into what you want, basically. Oh, we got one that flipped in the deck here. Okay, so for your advice, you've got the Empress in reverse, the Nine of Cups upright, and the Four of Pentacles in reverse. So meaning they're in order. The situation is not going to grow. It's not fertile ground. It's not for you. That's another interpretation. You have your hopes and wishes. Okay. And you should direct your energy better into a different place and stop holding on to something that is not yours, or something that you just don't need to hold on to anymore. You're not properly using your intuition considering a situation, you know, regarding love from the past. You're not in your proper mind spiritually, and you need to center spiritually. So basically, for the advice is let go. The advice is get your mind right, basically, with the High Priestess in reverse coming out. This can be an ill-intentioned person, though. The High Priestess can present that way. But yeah, Libra, it's basically telling you to let go of this particular person's situation and stop holding on so tight to. And also, I have to say, from a financial perspective, this really is super telling to an attitude, an unhealthy attitude toward money. And in law of attraction, if you're of this, like Four of Pentacles upright, if you're of that particular type of attitude, okay, like the miserly, lack mentality type attitude, that's totally not the way to go. So that's why it's showing up in reverse and showing up with the Nine of Cups upright. You're going to have more abundance that way. But if you have all these big hopes and dreams, but you're still being too miserly, it's never going to really lead to what you want becoming fruitful. Like this would be the material birth showing of what it is that you want in the upright, and it's in the reverse. So there's something about the way that you're going about either a relationship, a financial situation, something that you want to gain. And I think in a very material sense, with the Pentacles being here, you're going about it in kind of the wrong way. So it's like, take a step back. You did have the Hangman upright, so you do, in the present, you need to take a step back and probably look at things from a different perspective, I guess. I want to pull more advice here. Hold on. Because this reading, unfortunately, this month ended up kind of a extension of the last couple, as I recall. So, I mean, obviously the situation isn't fully resolved. I think it's lingering in an energetic sense. It's like it's lingering in your mind more than in reality. And any bit of it that's in reality is because you're making it that way with your mind. If that makes any sense. This message probably is for like 1 or 2 people. So I want advice. What is the advice for Libra for October 2019? What are these two? I'm curious. Trapped in fear and material and spiritual prosperity popped out. Material and spiritual prosperity is reversed. Trapped in fear is upright. Moving on is in reverse. Any more advice for Libra for October 2019, please? I'm really getting, you know, from Spirit, you've got to energetically separate yourself from this person. And I think, honestly, like a smudging would be in order, spiritual baths, spiritual practice, prayer, really, really making a point to, not like cord cutting, not like that, because I don't really feel like that's an appropriate process. You need to remove this you need to willfully remove this person's energy from yours, so that tie is intentionally not there anymore. Not necessarily cord cutting, because that leaves attachment to each other and just severs it in the middle, basically. So it's like you still have their energy, they still have yours. It's just you've blown apart the bridge, basically. So I kind of disagree with the process of that. So I say go about it a different way and quite intentionally thank the universe for that experience and that person and the good things of it, and then let them go purposefully. So stand your ground. Conflict and defeat. So both of these came out in reverse. Moving on is in reverse. Trapped in fear is upright. Material and spiritual prosperity in reverse. So all of these things, all of these notions, conflict and defeat, your self-defeatist attitude, feeling defeated with the situation, these cards all give me you're like ruminating in it's like marinating in sadness, basically. Recalling, you know, the whole situation over and over, beating yourself up about it. What could I have done right? Why don't they want me? Etc. That type of thing. And being trapped in fear, that rumination and going in circles over the same things, it's preventing you from moving forward. Like, you need to move forward in your life for your material and spiritual prosperity. Like, you're holding yourself back in a bigger way than you're aware of right now with your attitude toward this situation. So the advice, of course, do everything you can to begin to separate your energy from this situation. When you find yourself thinking about it over and over again, or when your mind goes back to those same thoughts, or if you're intentionally doing things that make you sad or remind you of this person, stop yourself. Consciously stop yourself right then and there. No, you know, acknowledge how you feel. You don't deny how you feel ever, but acknowledge how you feel and choose. You can decide to focus on something else. Focus on something that's going to help you. Focus on something that's just not going to make you feel like shit, Libra. Okay? You have all the power in this situation. If you choose to stop staying in this, it's like, it almost feels like you guys are staying in a past energy. It's definitely over with, and with good reason. Like, there was something to be learned. There was positive out of it. Take the good, leave the bad, and move forward, Libra. Do some grounding and spiritual practice, and I think you guys will be good as new come November, and I hope that we have a different reading. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the like button for me. I really appreciate it. I love your comments, and I will see you guys in one of the other readings. Bye.